All right, welcome back, you guys. This is another episode of Expand the Fires, where we bring you tools, information, tricks, tips, and inspiring stories to help you as a business owner and entrepreneur to keep on going at it and reach success because success is there at your fingertips. You just need to grab it and make it your own. So, in order to continue igniting that inner fire that you got, let me just tell you what we have in store for today. Today, we're going to talk about the strength and inspiration that fuels your engine as entrepreneur and business owner. It's going to be very, very interesting and also valuable. As you know, I am Itu, the guy that likes rock and roll, baby. That's right. So, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna have today? Okay, so our special guest is from Utah. Well, originally from motherland Mexico. That's right. He is a brother from another mother, basically. He's an amazing guy. I actually, you know, like everybody that we have in the show, they're just warriors. They're amazing people. They're VIPs. Not only for us, but they're actually people that went out against the world and conquered. So each person is a VIP. But some have a story that just reaches deeper, in my heart. And this brother of mine, my God, he's just I my hat is off to this gentleman. And you're gonna find out why. But let me just tell you a little bit, okay? Keep you in mystery. So he is the mortgage sales manager for Utah Community Credit Union. Before that, he had, check this out, pay attention. Before that, he had the biggest independent Latino mortgage company in the state named Excellence Mortgage. Currently, he also has a real estate company called Cornerstone Investments. It's almost like a free commercial that I'm doing here. I just got inspired today. He also has, on top of all of that, he also has a transportation company called Alpha Brothers Transport. He had one of the first mortgage business in Salt Lake City starting in 1999. He has helped about, please pay attention. Just check out this number, okay? He has helped about 20,000 people since then. And currently, the team under his leadership closes an average of $500,000 per year. This guy is the boss. He knows how to get things done. And he's very humble and very nice. So, a little bit of his origin story, because heroes deserve an origin story. That's right. His origins are very common and humble, which is one of the things that I got very impressed about. Because I honestly thought when I first started talking to him, I thought I thought something different. But this guy, I just love this guy. So he one of the first jobs that he had at the beginning, way back then. He started cleaning buses and doing other jobs alike to get himself from day to day. So he knows what it is to start from the bottom. Mhm. He came to the US in December 1993 at age 15, looking for his brother, the only family he had left in the world. I mean, man, that just, I don't know, it just reaches deep inside because I went through a similar thing when I was young, younger. Anyway, moving on. So he came looking for his brother, the only family that he had in the world, got himself through college, living on his own, decided he was going to make it no matter what. Uh-huh. He's got Aztec warrior blood, right? Eventually arrived in Salt Lake City, starting on a small mortgage broker job until he decided he was going to take his destiny into his own hands and become his own boss in order to provide his wife and kids with the type of life he knew they deserved. So don't miss this amazing story of success and inspiration of a man that went from zero to hero and didn't settle for anything else. So, interested? Let's get started. Introducing the hero of the day, Erik Contreras.
Hi, you two. How you doing? It's such a pleasure to be here today with you and your team as well. Thank you. It's impressive what you guys are doing. So thanks for the opportunity.
No, thanks, man. We love what we do. We put all of our heart into it. We want to inspire people. We want to change community, and this is one of the ways that we are doing it. So thank you, brother, for being here. I just can't wait to hear your story from your heart, from your own lips. So let it rip.
Awesome, my pleasure. Yes, well as you were introducing me, that was such an amazing introduction. I mean, wow, thank you. It makes me feel so good. So thank you.
You
So
deserve
just
every single word, man. Every single word.
uh, thank you. As you mentioned it, I come from Mexico. I was born in Mexico. And I was left an orphan at a very young age. I lost my mother. My dad was never around, so I was living with nuns. I was in the streets literally. So the only way for me to actually bring any food to my table, well, mine and my brother, because my older brother was everything I had, was through um, just doing whatever we could. I mean, bagging groceries at the store. I used to go to the market where I was born, looking for that older lady that couldn't just carry her bags. I will ask, "Hey, can I help you? Just take me whatever, right?" And then when there was nothing else, I ended up just cleaning buses. Right? It was whatever was available, and then so I did. I never stopped going to school. School was the number thing in my life. I knew if I wanted to get out of that rat race where I was, I needed to do something different with my life. I needed to fight. Unfortunately, when I was 13 and a half, my brother left Mexico, came to the United States. So basically, everything around me when got ugly really quick. I knew if I stayed where I was not going to end up in a good place. So the first opportunity that I had, I tried everything that I could. I sell everything that I had, work as much as I could to be able to finance a flight to get me to Tijuana, and then coming to the United States, San Diego. That's where I lived first when I moved to the United States. From there, um, moved to Utah. My brother was living in Logan, Utah. Got me through or finished middle school, high school. I used to work at a cheese factory at night and go to high school in the morning. And then after that, I started college. And in college, I was just tired of being broke. And then I met this broker, amazing guy. So um, I was under his wing for over a year, not getting paid anything. Just all I wanted was to learn what he was doing. And it was one of the best decisions that I could have done. The moment I could, I moved to Salt Lake City. I'm from Cuernavaca. Cuernavaca is not a small city, it's not a big city, but Logan was too small for me, and I knew if I wanted to get something done, I wanted more opportunities. So the first chance that I had, I moved to Salt Lake City and started working for different brokers in the mortgage industry. And then every place that I worked, I was the top agent, the top loan officer. So I decided to start my own mortgage company. And then from there, everything just took off. Became the largest, biggest mortgage company in the state of Utah. At one point, we have around 6 loan officers working within the company. And then, unfortunately, well, 2007, 2008 came around as well, 2008, 2009 economic crash,
Yeah.
lost everything. I have rebuilt everything from zero again. So when there's a determination, when there's a will to get things done, I guess all you have to do is make sure your heart is in the right place and know and understand why you're doing what you're doing, and everything is gonna take from there. E2. I believe that life is beautiful. Yes, it is true. We not all are
Uh-oh. I lost you there, man. There you go. There you go.
Can you hear me now?
Oh yeah, I can hear you perfect. So you were
Okay.
saying, please.
Yeah. So, like I said, we not all get the same deck of cards, but we decide how we play those cards, right? So through my life, I had all the opportunities to basically throw my life away into drugs, into basically anything that I want. But again, I wanted something different, and that's something different that I wanted is something that everybody has an opportunity, right? I believe that if you want something, um, you can reach it. It's opportunities are there. You just need to go and look for them.
Totally, I totally agree with you, man. It's so just it's honest to God, listening you say it yourself live. It gives me, it kind of, you know what I mean? Because I feel you, like I can sense everything that you are saying, and I can relate. But beyond that, uh-huh, I just feel that passion, that strength within you, and to go from where you were to where you're at now. I truly respect you, man. It's like you say, your life could have gone anyway. Could have gone really bad. We might not be talking right now, or I wouldn't be enjoying being able to talk to you at this moment if you hadn't taken the right choices and just be so strong and decisive about, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, yeah, and see, at first, I guess depending on what stage you are in life, um, your goals will change. I believe that if you want to make it to the top, you have to have a why. Why you do what you do. When I was single, when I had no family, I just want to get it. I wanted to make it to the top because I used to see the nice houses. I used to see the nice cars, and so I did made it to the top. But then after you lose all of that, right after something tragic happens in your life, when you realize the money should never be the reason why you do things, and you realize that serving others and when you do things right for others, money will be just a consequence of everything you do. Your life changes. And see, like I said, at first I just didn't want to live the life that I used to live before. And then after I had my kids, my wife, my beautiful wife, all I wanted to do is give them the best life that they could live, right? I mean, it's and you want to do things differently. You don't want to shelter your kids. You don't want to shelter those around you. They need to be exposed to what real life looks like. When you give somebody everything, they don't get a taste for the real world. The real world is mean, to be honest with you. But again, if at the end of the day you know who you are, and again you know what you do, there's a different perspective on everything. For example, just about a month ago, basically everything in my house, we all got COVID, right? And I called a couple of friends because I had some transactions going on. I only told two people. I had like over 25 people, clients. They basically everybody that I do deals with, they know where I live. If I'm doing a mortgage for you, you know where I live because I have nothing to hide. And I got people saying, I'm gonna bring you an asado, I'm gonna bring you whatever. Just this is the type of blessings that just makes you feel what I'm doing is significant. What I'm doing makes sense. What I'm doing, it's a good thing. And like I said, when you can go to sleep and know that you have the confidence that you sleep with peace, that what you have done has meant something for somebody else other than you, that's when you truly reach success.
Wow, that was amazing, man. I totally agree with you. I second that. It's you gotta do it from your heart. You gotta do it for the right reasons.
Correct.
Money is like, whatever. It's paper, and it only represents the value of what you're actually providing.
That's correct. And like I said, it's just money should be just a consequence. If your heart is set on money, then you
probably want to check your heart, see where it is. At some point, you're gonna do something wrong, and the reason why I say that is because the love of money will take you to do something incorrect for your customer,
Yeah,
will make you do things wrong for those around you.
yeah.
Uh, and that's why I say you need to check your heart and see where you are every day when you wake up and say, I'm doing this because I want something. I wanna become a better me. See, I believe that I'm my biggest rival is not the person doing mortgages next door. That person is my partner. That person is somebody doing business just like I am, and trying to get ahead in life. My real the person that I want to be able to beat every day, it's me. If I'm not able to say, well, this morning I beat the old Eric, and then I'm not progressing, then I'm not doing anything good, then I cannot measure how much I have grown, how much success in life I have really attained. And that's what I believe success is. Like I said, I have a beautiful family. I have, like I said, an amazing wife, my kids. Oldest boy, he's in college right now. His second year of college. He's gonna graduate early. My second oldest, we got Cincinnati, University of Cincinnati, looking at him for a scholarship playing football. So blessings just pour up to you when you do things right. Like I said, my youngest son, he's a straight A student. Um, Perfect role attendance. Those are the type of things that you cannot measure. That's what define as success. Like I said, my businesses, they all do great. I learned at one point in life that your success is not measured again um, by how many businesses you have or how much you do in a business. Is how much that business can do when you're not there. If you're able to
Wow.
go to sleep and then you wake up the next day and you see an extra zero in your bank account, that means that you're truly successful. Otherwise, you're working too much and there's something wrong, and you need to check where you are and what you're doing at that point.
Hmm. Wow, that was a good tip. Eh? I've never heard that before, but it makes sense to me, honest to God.
Awesome. Fantastic. Great,
So,
great.
this we started this episode just to reiterate the title: is strength and inspiration that fuels your engine as entrepreneur and business owner. So, everybody has their own thing, hmm but I want to hear your own thing.
My own thing. Again, my own thing, it's my why is my family. Um, if I'm not doing mortgages tomorrow, if my role is real estate company goes under, if my transportation company goes under, if anything disappears tomorrow, the why I'm getting back up is my family. It's not to prove something to me. Um, it's the fingerprint. I believe that everybody has a fingerprint, right? And I'm not thinking about your physical fingerprint. A fingerprint that tells who you are, what you're made of. For example, if Donald Trump were to lose everything today, I don't think he will be happy if he actually, after a year, 2 years, he actually makes $1 million a year. I don't think he will consider himself successful. I think he will feel himself miserable because he's in his mind, his fingerprint. He has to make billions to feel himself that he's actually at the top of his mountain, that he's actually accomplishing what he was wired to do, right? And we are all wired differently, and we need to know where we are. Like I said, mine for me is my family. I'm a family person. Um, I cherish my family, and that's why if I know, like I said, if I were to lose everything, I will look for something else tomorrow, and I will make sure that come whatever that is, even if it's a taco card, I'll make out of that taco card a restaurant the next day.
Then yeah,
Um, yeah, because that's what I'm wired to do. That's the why. I mean, I want to give the best to my family, and also by doing so, I want to be able again to prove myself um, by serving others that I can achieve my goals. I don't believe in having dreams. I believe in having goals, because when you have a dream, you can dream, I'm gonna marry um, Wonder Woman, right? Um, well, that's just a dream. That's what it is. But if your goal is to marry her, well, you're gonna find where she lives, what her phone number is, where she goes to it, and you're gonna start something about it, right? And so our life should be about our goals, the goals that we set, not the dreams that we have. And when your life becomes all about your goals, then you see how your life is you're gonna start moving little by little, and that's what you
Wow.
have success. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, that was very, very valuable, and it makes sense. It's like, depending the type of goals that you have, also defines, well, at least to me. Okay. I don't know about everybody, but to me, learning the goals of a person, their true goals, their personal goals, tells me a lot about what type of guy that is or girl, right?
Exactly. Tell me your goals, and I'll tell you who you are.
See, tell me
Basically,
your goals on Tinder. And then that thing that you say about the fingerprint, I totally believe that myself. I think that each person, no matter what they're doing, there's something that they're trying to accomplish in life. That's an overall. Hmm.
correct, correct. That's right. And like I said, it's um, for example, with my employer, I'm an employer and I'm an employee as well, and that doesn't make me better than anybody, less than anybody either. Again, you have to be um, smart enough to know who you are and know that a title doesn't define you. You define the title. The title is it's
Yeah.
something that it goes before your name or after your name, whatever, however you want to put it. But that doesn't define you. Like I said, as an employee, I want to be the best employee. As you mentioned, my team closes in average per year about $500 million a year, right? My company does. Both of my companies, they both do very well. And I don't say this because I don't want to say, well, look how much money I make. Like I said, again, it's not about the money that you make. It's the people you're able to serve in your field, even if it's selling insurance, even if it's selling a home or financing it, or in your case, your podcast, teaching people, right, and reaching out to people and giving that seed to say, hey, if this guy that came out of nowhere can make it, heck, what's keeping me from doing achieving or just to achieve my dream, right? There's no difference. There's nothing special about me. The only thing special that I will say is that I will not be content in a place that doesn't belong to me because my fingerprint will not allow me to be there. And so when you start changing that fingerprint, like I say, anybody can reach their full potential. They can be whatever they want to be in life. I just to give you an example, and this is gonna be my wife will not let me lie about this, but on our first date, when I went on my first date with my wife, we weren't just friends. We were. It was. She tells her side of the story is that we just went out, that we were not dating. For me, it was okay. I made it. We went on our first date, right? But on our first date, I just felt something. I looked at my wife and I said, "Do you know what? You're gonna marry me, and you're gonna be the mother of my kids." She laughed. I'm blame, right? I mean, somebody comes to you and say, "Well, guess what? You're gonna work for me," or "Look, guess what? That house is gonna be my house one day, or I'm gonna be the president of that company one day, or I'm gonna have a company that big." Right? That's funny, but what she tells me is that later on, I made her think about what I said, and the thing that followed was that I just didn't say, "Well, you're gonna marry me and you're gonna be the mother of my kids," but um, her office, right after that date, every morning she had flowers at her workplace. Every
Wow.
morning. So I did something about it, and that's what you have to do in life. I mean, like I said, if you have a goal, go get the goal, man. I mean, the only one that is keeping you from reaching what God designed for you to own, to have, what that burning desire that you have to achieve. The only person that is keeping, I mean, it's not the economy, it's not the president, it's not anyone but you. So take a step of faith. Just do it. Call that thing in front of you what you want it to be, right? If you want to start a bakery, hey, guess what? Start experimenting with recipes. Do something that will make you that will place you apart from everybody else. I mean, invent something that hasn't been invented, or do something better than everybody else, right? I mean, just to give an example, I love going to Mexico on vacations. I love it because, man, I mean, just the food is amazing, right? And
Oh
every
yeah,
corner, yes, right? It's just like out of this world. But every corner that you go, right? And even if they're selling the same type of tacos, for example, um, everybody has like a different taste, has a little something extra that they put in there, or the sauce is done with avocado or with cinnamon. I don't know. It's just like I find so much pleasure in tacos. So I'm sorry I had to say it, but it's amazing.
of
Yeah,
course.
right.
Who doesn't, right?
Mexican food is just amazing. So yeah,
But it's true what you say, man. Like it's your goal, why you want it, and what you are doing and going to do to achieve it. And
correct.
everything else is just like I don't care. Uh-huh.
Exactly.
Hmm.
See, many people wants to hear people clapping when they are walking down the hall. See, the thing that we don't understand is that if you want to earn somebody respect, you gotta earn it when nobody's watching.
Totally.
Nobody's gonna give you the respect when you're not doing anything to earn yourself that respect that you want. You're looking for the perfect woman in your life, the perfect man in your life. Are you that perfect man? Are you that perfect woman that you're looking for? Right? You have to make changes in your life to get you to where you want to be. So yeah. I mean, for me, the secret sauce is one is my family, and two is know who you are, know where you want to be. You have to have a defined vision, or where you want to be, where you want to be now, where you want to be in 6 months, where you want to be in the next 5 years, 10 years, and you start from today, right? If you want to start reading books, well, guess what? You're going to start reading 2 minutes today. Tomorrow you'll read 3 minutes, and then the next day 5 minutes, and the following day 7 minutes, and that's how you start. You start doing something that you're not used to do, little by little, and that's how you accomplish things. That's how you get things accomplished in life.
Fantastic, man. Everything that you've said, right here, brother. I feel you. It's like I totally agree with you 100%. I couldn't have said it better. You know, you just your words are just so truthful, right to the point, believable, and I totally feel that it's coming from a place that is not hypothetical. This is like objective, learn through the process of living life and making it on your own. And you know what? I'm just gonna say it right here, right now. This was my favorite episode so far. That's it.
Thank you. That says a lot to me. Thank you, Itu. I really appreciate it.
See, see.
Thank you
And
so
I'm
much.
gonna go one step further because by the power invested on me as the host of this show, I am dubbing you right now honorary expandifier for this show, man.
Yes, I accept it. Thank you so much. That means a lot, and I truly appreciate it, brother. Again, it's good to find people like you, your team, and you guys are amazing, and I really appreciate the opportunity. You guys are great, and I really love what you guys are doing. I know you guys are gonna get places that other people haven't been there yet, and your willingness to actually take that step of faith and getting things done, I really admire. And again, that's going to take you and your team places. So I'm proud of you guys. Thank you for the invitation once again.
Thank you very much. This was amazing. I love talking to you. I could continue talking to you like the rest of the day probably, and just interchanging stories and everything. But you are amazing, man. So I want to thank you so much for being on the show. I think that uh, everything that you said has amazing value. I can't wait to just put it in Facebook and YouTube and everywhere so that people hear you and they just get that fire going. Because if you could do it, man, you're amazing, and I just salute you again, my friend. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you. My pleasure. And keep igniting that fire, man. You're doing amazing. So thank you.
Thanks, brother. So don't go off the show. We're gonna finish right now this episode, but I just want to talk to you 5 more minutes because you are amazing, brother. Thank you very much, and to all of you watching this and listening to this, no matter where you're at, I just want to say keep that fire burning, brother, because the goal is there. Your future is is on the making right now. It doesn't matter what you're going through, just decide who you want to be, and F word, everything else, shoot for the stars, because you know what? You should be the number one person that cares, and just throw yourself at it. You will conquer. Thank you very much, man. I love you, Eric. Thank you. And to all of you, don't forget to check expandifiers.com to find out what we can do for your business and your company. And stay tuned for more stories like this. Man, I love this one. Thank you, Eric. Bye bye.
Thank you. Thank you all.